So I watched another movie today because I wanted to watch Seven Beauties for my 5,000th film, but I also had some new releases that I wanted to watch. So I had the day off so I can watch two movies. Yay! So today I watched Ami Canaan Mann's Jackie and Ryan. It just got released today. It's in theaters in various, like, in limited release, but it's also on demand, like, all over the place. Like, pretty much every place that has VOD, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, probably various cable companies. I watched it on Amazon because Amazon's easy. I quite liked it. I read several reviews that tried to compare it to Nicholas Sparks and called it Nicholas Sparks Light, and I kind of wanted to, like, take those people and punch them in the face, because I don't think that she was even had that in her head at all when she wrote and directed this film. And I don't think it's fair to compare two things just because the surface looks the same, because it's like, this is a very different sort of film. It's a very different story, and it's not, like, kind of a romance, but that romance is sort of the B plot. I think that always, throws people for a loop when you're sort of, maybe there's a romance, and they market it like it's a romance, but it's really about two sort of damaged people getting over where they're at and sort of helping each other grow to better people, whether romance is involved or not. But marketing. So people go in thinking one thing, and if it's not that, they hate it, and they can't just look at it on its own merits. What is my hair doing? So it stars Katherine Heigl and Ben Barnes. I love Ben Barnes. He is generally not very good, but he was really good in this. I think he's just usually in just bad movies, Sorry, Ben Barnes. But he was really good in this. Like, he was really good. He does his own singing, and he has, like, a southern accent. He's totally British, so, like, congratulations on figuring out that accent. He does his own singing and his own guitar playing, and Katherine Heigl does her own singing in this as well. So the Jackie and the Ryan of the title, Jackie is Katherine Heigl, Ryan is Ben Barnes. Ben Barnes, his character, is a rail rider and busker who rides trains to get from place to place while he sings sort of Americana folk songs. But he sort of hasn't gotten the courage to perform his own songs. And then he meets Jackie, who is living in her hometown in Utah after leaving her husband, and is trying to figure out the ropes of divorcing a rich man when you have no money. So she's living with her mom and her daughter. And they meet, and sort of he gives her the courage to stop blaming herself for the choices she made that made her wind up where she is. And she gives him the courage to start performing for himself. And I thought that sort of co-journey was really well plotted and beautifully filmed. And I thought they worked together really well. It wasn't a, like, super passionate romance. I actually would have, because it was so much of a B story, it almost would have been better if it wasn't a romance and it was just two people affecting each other. I kind of almost wonder if, like, an earlier draft there was, like, no romance, and then, like, one of the money people was like, we need a romance. I've been in that writer's room. But I thought it was good, and I thought it had a interesting. There were several women characters that I felt were going through the various stages of motherhood, and I found that interesting. So her mother's played by Cheryl Lee from Twin Peaks, and then there's her, and then Clea Duvall is playing the girlfriend of Ben Barnes' mentor. And she's a new mom, and there's a lot of interesting just tidbits about motherhood peppered throughout the film. And then great music, and some of the music is done by Ryan Bingham. from not Ryan Bingham. Yeah, Ryan Bingham. Okay, Ryan Bingham from he did the song from Crazy Heart, and then Ami Canaan Mann also wrote a bunch of the songs. So I'm guessing she must. I don't know. She must record because she had she wrote a lot of the songs and sang some of them. This is one of those movies that's very like this was a good weekend for it because it's very much steeped in Americana and the idea of just keep moving that and stop looking back and the American resolve to just keep going no matter what life throws at you. Which I don't know if that's more of a myth or what, but it's definitely one of those stereotypes of American living. Yes, so it's on VOD. It's from 2015. It's called Jackie and Ryan, written and directed by Ami Canaan Mann, and she is Michael Mann's daughter. I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier. And you should rent this movie. It's like $6 on Amazon. You can rent it for 3 days for $6. I think it's pretty good if you want to watch it again, or if there's scenes you wanted to see. Yeah, you should rent it.